This video is a video for Scorpios and Scorpios only. So if you are cross watchers, politely just leave. I personally don't like to read for fucking stalkers, like I said. So if you're a Scorpio or don't have very strong Scorpio traits in your fucking chart, then you can take your lead, right? So basically, I'm picking up what y'all putting down, Scorpio. Honestly, there is a huge difference between like trying in a relationship, like actually trying to progress, actually trying to like push forward in your love life. There's a really huge difference between making progress and standing still, right? Like, it's not that you're walking backwards, and it's not that anybody else is walking backwards. It's that they're standing still, and that's an issue. That's a problem. I think you like productive relationships. Actually, in fact, I know you love productive people's in relationships. It gives you less to control and less to worry about, because you always know a person's going to be stable if they, show you that type of behavior, right? So we have the world here, which is like full control. You can see her doing her full body movement, full control though of her own fate, full control of fate in general. Because I think it's really important that if you are the type of person who is a go-getter, if you are the type of person who pushes forward no matter what, like there could be anything in your way, like a moving vehicle even, and in order to get to where you need to be or go wild, like you're gonna immediately accept the challenge. That's what I'm feeling from y'all. I think that it's challenging to find that most people don't really think that way or really accept that version of you though. They don't really accept the fact that you might be a little bit more intense, right? Three of Cups in the upright is like, okay, so everybody wants to be around you until the time comes around for responsibility to take hold, right? Everyone wants to be around you until Four of Cups in the reverse, they want to deny the fact that they have anything wrong with them mentally or emotionally that triggers them to think in certain ways, right? It's impulsivities, it's insecurities, it's sex addiction, the devil in the reverse, and it's also just addiction in general, to be honest. So, I mean, Five of Cups in the upright can mean literal addiction, like, drinking, drugs, whatever, sex, wherever you want to take this. But this also can be addictive towards certain emotional types of behavior. I think Scorpio, the reason why you always choose the most distant people is not because they're the most interesting, and it's not because they're the most mysterious. It's because you think that it's more of a challenge, right? You take their quietness and their almost it's almost as if you kind of like already know that these people are sensitive, that these people are fucked in the head, right? And you take that and you run with it, because on the outside it looks like they can be lovable, it looks like they can be sweet, it looks like they have very small egos, small personalities, and small amounts of confidence, which also can be used manipulatively by y'all as well. You know what I mean? Especially if you're dealing with someone who's never really authentically had a long-term relationship or dated before. It just, like, to me, it seems like there's some predator versus prey shit going on here. And I don't think it's because you're trying to use anybody. I think it's because you're almost putting yourself forward as this person who can manage and control themselves. So as a result, they try to manage and control everybody else. And when you do that, you're presenting yourself as a parent more than you are a partner, right? So while you might not smoke, drink, or do any of these addictive qualities, and this person might, you still can't control that. You can't tell them no, because that is still their choice, right? Even if it was hurting them, you got to be the bigger person in that and just say, like, this person just might be addicted to treating you like shit. They could be addicted to assuming things about you. Addicted. It is mental illness. It is pure and utter mental rage, right? And that goes through most people's mind. Some people get scared or fearful, but there's only a couple of situations where I could see for true forgiveness happening if you was dealing with a past situation romantically. There's only like really, really small amounts of situations where y'all can come together, at least for the next couple of months, to figure out what the fuck is going on with y'all's life. Like, that's what I see is like, more than likely you're gonna take a short break and come back to a relationship and then be like, okay, well, you know, where are we at now, right? So I see you being so fucking scared, you know, mostly bored, but also scared that like you for some reason are going to be the type of person to be in and out of relationships and traumatizing everyone, you know, feeling lost. You feel like you're going to feel that for the rest of your life, dude. Like, that's kind of the worry, is like, because you might be in a place where you're kind of insecure about your age or insecure about your future. You could be very, very scared to bring somebody into that mix, because you know how sometimes you can be very self-destructive or self-hateful, and as a repercussion of that, sometimes you could lash out towards the wrong people, right? And there is nothing wrong with lashing out every once in a while, especially when people are talking about stressful shits. But until you have that conversation, like, this really genuinely does bother me, this really, really, really fucks with me, fucks with my head, then there's no, you know, there's nothing else you can really do, you know what I mean? There's a couple of things here where I can see see what type of sign. I see another water sign coming towards y'all. This is more like the fetishizers, the people who are into, you know, for some fucked up reason, they're just into some fucked up shit, and you know, they're obviously circling in on you like a vulture, especially if you're newly single. Because if you're new to the game or newly single, no matter what age, to be honest with you, people are gonna have eyes on you all over the damn place. Okay, the moon in the reverse, 6 of pentacles in the upright, and the emperor in the upright. It does look like maybe you make money on the side, or maybe you have your own business, and that's what intimidates people, Scorpio. You have your own business, you make money on the side, you're capable of pushing yourself forward in all the right ways. It is intimidating as fuck, and you need to be careful of kleptomaniacs, people who will just snag your shit and walk away with it. I think more than likely in love terms, in romantic terms, that it's very possible that a partner could even be the culprit when it comes to stealing, or when it becomes a situation of being cheated out of money without even really knowing it. It's like, I'm gonna give a real quick example because it's just passed through my head. It's like, okay, say y'all going out for dinner or going out for food, and the dude purposefully doesn't bring his wallet. Say y'all after that want to do another activity, he still didn't bring his fucking wallet. And I think that, like, you know, you being the nicer person that you are, Scorpio, or being kind of like the beauty queen, okay? For some reason I got Dolly Parton in my mind, I don't know why, but for you being the beauty queen is quite easy, right? Because you have all of these nice shiny things. You have your physical features, which are fucking gorgeous, you're beautiful, and it's unheard of type shit. And also you have the financial zone. Even if it's not the most stable, you still have what you need in order to push yourself, right? In order to invest in yourself. That's very intimidating, babe. That's very intimidating. I think people see you as the weird motherfucker. They see you as the outcast, the shadow, you know, the person who they don't even know if you really exist or not a lot of the time when it comes to this whole dating route, or this, you know, trying to match up or be what everybody else wants you to be instead of just being who you just are, right? And part of being who you are is definitely hobbies. Part of wanting a relationship with somebody who knows exactly who they are, you're not going to find that person until you know you. Until you can navigate your own psyche and your own mind from your own perspective, right? So, it's a lot, babe. It's a lot, Scorps. You guys always speak You speak very highly of yourselves, but you speak negativity into the plane of manifestation when it comes to relationships, because you don't want to trust nobody, and I get that. But you know, always having to keep your head just above water. You know, that's what I feel like you're treading on right now. Always trying to keep your head above water. It's wild. And I think, you know, these effects from past relationships, from past situations with your parents, like, just, it can be nuts. It can be very, very scary. You guys have nothing to be afraid of, though, by the way. I'm just like, you know, whatever the situation is, you know, I don't think it's gonna last very long, to be honest with you, no matter what happens. I also think that this whole thing about having a long-term goal instead of jumping into relationships also plays a huge part in your life, right? And like I said, I just talked to somebody else about this. I think Scorpios are very, very loyal, historically loyal, in fact. But a lot of people have a problem with that because they're almost being put under a microscope. It's like everything that they see, do, and whatever they watch, it's just, now you know. Okay, now you know, Scorpio. You know really tough things that you might not have wanted to ever know. All right, you got this, babe. You know, that trauma definitely singing through that situation is raw. It's raw emotion, and I promise you, y'all got this shit. Y'all can do it. Ain't nobody sending no evil eye. Ain't nobody doing that, none of that. It's like you're going through a spiritual evolution and a romantic evolution, right? Next people coming your way, more than likely going to be a water or a fire sign. If it varies, it varies, right? But I saw water and fire pretty well. Like, that was very defined, was water and fire. So I saw Libra and Sag, right? Very, very filled response. Okay, I'ma say most of y'all gonna be running into people like Pisces and Sag, or even Libra and Sag. Okay, so Scorpio, that was it, and I